Hello, this is your boy Bill Escavava, and I'm back with another MTG video. So I've decided to do these MTG videos every 2 days. So from now on my channel, every 2 days, there will be MTG videos, MTG content. So if you're interested in MTG, think about subscribing. It's always going to be MTG. It's going to be something new every 2 days. Oh, that's what I'm hoping for. But today I'm here to talk about the Scarab God. Now this card has taken off like a rocket. It's a rocket. That's all I can say. It's a rocket, and it's massive. This card is from Hour of Devastation. If we're being honest, let's be honest here. A pretty weak set. I think it did pretty bad. I think they said it did pretty bad for Wizards as they sold it. People weren't that interested in this set. They didn't like the Invocations, the Masterpiece series. They were pretty ugly. A lot of people thought they were ugly. For me, they were pretty ugly. You could hardly read the card. But the set was a weak set. People didn't really get that hyped for it. And due to that reason, the Scarab God was pretty weak. It wasn't there. He was down. He was down in the $15 range, even cheaper than the $15 range, $14 range, $13 range. It was pretty cheap. And then slowly but surely, this thing took off. It is now sitting at $45, the Scarab God. $45 mythic. It has become the voice of resurgence from Dragon's Maze. It has become the star big hitter for the box of Hour of Devastation. You get a Scarab God, you're laughing. You get a foil Scarab God. Forget about it. You're rolling in the cash. Of course, there is also an invocation of the Scarab God in Amonkhet, and that thing has been bought out. So that's going up really high as well. People have started to buy that out, the invocation of the Scarab God. But we're talking about the regular Scarab God from Hour of Devastation, and it's at $45. Which is crazy for a card from a set that no one basically wanted. You could go back a couple of months and it's sitting at $15, $13. So this would have been a great speculation. If you would have bought this card back then, sell it now, you would be rolling in it. The real question is this card, the Scarab God, worth $45? I'm thinking it's probably not. It only has validation now in Standard. So once the set rotates, it's going to lose its value, but it's still got a long time till Hour of Devastation rotates. The problem is that this is more expensive now than Chandra Torch of Defiance. The Chandra from Kaladesh, my favorite card, is weaker now in price than the Scarab God, and that's pretty crazy to me because Chandra is actually seen play in modern, I think even some legacy decks are running Chandra in it. But the Scarab God, just based on its performance in Standard, is pushing $45. It might even go higher. I don't know, because this set hasn't been opened that much. It's a mythic rarity. Not many people opened Hour of Devastation. They opened it. Every set gets mass opened now, these days. Everything gets mass opened. But it wasn't opened at the level of, let's say, Kaladesh or Battle for Zendikar. It's not opened at that kind of level. Everything's opened. It's just it's not opened at that kind of level because there was no value in opening max boxes of Hour of Devastation. The set was weak. Due to that reason, less mass box opening, this card being super crazy good in Standard, being played in a whole bunch of decks. So many decks are playing the Scarab God. You've got you got Grixis Control, you've got Esper Gift, you got Blue-Black Control, you got a whole bunch of decks that MTG Goldfish basically shows off a whole bunch of decks that the Scarab God is in. But then it's crazy. It's to think that this card is worth $45. It's the most expensive mythic in Standard right now. It is the most expensive card in Standard right now. And it's from a set that was not opened that much due to the fact that there wasn't much financial value of opening mass boxes of Hours of Devastation. compared to Battle for Zendikar or Kaladesh, where you're chasing those masterpieces. expeditions. But this is crazy to think that a few months ago, this card was at $15, $14, and now it's pushing 45, and it might even go higher. If it goes higher, that's going to be a shock. It's pushing more than Chandra Torch of Defiance. And listen, the card is pretty fantastic. It's a 5 cost, 5/5. It has the red island and swamp. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses X life, and you scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. Was okay when the zombie decks were running rampant. It's got another ability, exile target creature, card from a graveyard, create a creature token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. That's a fantastic ability. And then the kicker, because it's a god, it doesn't have indestructible, but it does have, when the Scarab God dies, return it to its owner hand at the beginning of the next end step. So it just keeps coming back to the owner's hand, which is also an amazing ability. I see this also being pretty good in EDH and Commander. But yeah, Scarab God at $45, pushing high from a set that was pretty under-opened. People weren't that interested in it. It is now the most expensive card in Standard. It's pushed Chandra Torch of Defiance out of the way, and it's seeing a lot of play in Standard, and it's Standard that's holding this card up. Once it rotates, it's probably going to crash and burn. But this is when I want you guys to tell me, what do you think of the Scarab God? Do you think it's justified being at $45? I personally think it's really high. Do you think it should go higher? Do you think it should go to $50, $60, $70? $70 Mythic in Standard? Tell me, do you think that's where it should be? Do you think it should go down? Do you think it's being overhyped, overplayed? Do you think it should go down to $30? You tell me. Should it go back down to the price where it was at $15? It's probably not going to get there anymore. But it's up to you to tell me, what do you think of the Scarab God? Did I get some things right in this video? Did I get it all wrong? Tell me down in the comment sections below about the Scarab God. It's pretty amazing card, how this card just took off. Great speculation if people had spec'd on this when it was down at $15, $13 a card. Anyone who got one of these in foil and traded it away quickly is probably regretting it now, because it's worth a lot more now than it was back when Hour of Devastation first came out. And this just goes to show that you don't know what cards are bad in one set or not really played in one set, and then down the road another set comes and then that card takes off and it becomes the most expensive card in Standard. So please do not forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Bilishkavava.